Hello and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am Dr. Suzette Robinson, and I have the most awesome team that's on with me tonight. I want you to meet Dr. Kima.
Diggs.
Hey
Introduce
Doc, how
yourself,
you doing?
please. Yes.
I am Dr. Kima Diggs.
And I want you to meet the two guys that I'm just really just grateful to know. And they have so much to share with us that I think is beneficial for what we're doing and where we're going in our industry. And I'm going to let them say their names if you guys don't mind.
I am Sean, aka the Sun Man.
And I'm Q the Barber.
All
Real
right.
name Lumumba Kwao.
Welcome. And not only, they're not just guests. I don't just want to label them as guests. They're more than guests. We are family. I have learned so much from them. So we have learned to pull from each other, and I just thought it would be so awesome. I wanted to share them with you all, and I've been talking about them. Our topic tonight that we're going to be talking about on our Let's Talk About It, we're going to be talking about business, education, and success. Okay, and all three of those topics, you know how some people get so excited about success, that's all I want, but they got to realize there are steps to get into to that process, to get to that place. And these two, along with Dr. Diggs and myself, we all have a story to tell. But with just listening to them and watching them has been just awesome for me. And I'm gonna tell you something, even though we're dealing with this pandemic, people are looking for ways to expand their businesses. They're looking for ways to come out of this thing a whole lot better than they did before. Some people are looking at it as it's something drastic, but I got a chance through this to see the bright side of life in it, because during this time, since we're talking about education, we were able to launch our online classes, and they were able to take the class, and to me it was phenomenal. And I'm gonna allow them time to just kind of speak about it and help you all understand, because I'm sure you guys, somebody is listening or will be listening, whether it's listening to it live or the replay. They will be listening to try to get an understanding, what can I do to make my business better? But I'm telling you, they have shown me so much in the barbering industry that it just sheds light on our industry. And so I kind of want you to hear from them. Dr. Diz can tell you there's things she's doing and expanding. We're not going to go in detail so much, but we're going to kind of give you enough to kind of give you hope and allow you to know that you too can share into this wonderful experience. Let's go, guys. Let's talk about the educational part.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
That's the topic. It's amazing. It was amazing to be in a situation to be in quarantine right now, and come up with more innovative ideas and expand our minds educational wise to take our profession to another level. I was talking with Dr. Kima uh, earlier sometime a couple of weeks ago, and she was explaining to me, telling me about Dr. Suzette, and I said, we know Dr. Suzette, and she go to school with us at MBCL in DC, where we obtain right now. We go there to obtain our degrees. Right now, we got a master's degree, and we're trying to get our doctorate now. We in the Doc 2 program now. Our dean is Dr. Tarragano, and Dr. Catalan is our president, president of the whole school. Um, that is amazing in itself as its own. But the greater part about it was when she explained to me how valuable what Dr. Suzette had to offer, and the license are so legitimate. Everything lines up for us for in our profession to take us to another level. I had to talk to my partner, which was Sean, which right here, as you all know. our audience who's listening, my brother in faith, my business partner, everything. You know, we share everything together. And and he said, man, that's a go. You know, right now we in a time where there's no job, there's no work. We all in the house. People are trying to make ends meet with what they have, and that was like something so important. It's important at the same time, but it was also scary, you know, because here again we reach a crossroad where we got to take a risk and jump. You know, nothing is free. You know, you got to pay for your education. You know, and you know, being able to sign up for the $1,200 class and take it further in our studies and be able to come and pass the class and have it now to be licensed hair practitioners. And what we're going to do with it, I am really truly blessed to be in your presence, you know, Dr. Kima and Dr. Suzette. I just want to say thank you guys, man, for, you know, giving us that opportunity.
You're absolutely welcome.
Me, I'm always the person that like to be ahead of what's going on. So it's been well over almost 2 years I was looking into doing more of the trichology side because I'm thinking that every year that I've been cutting hair, there was always progression from just being a regular barber to how we build our clientele up to having so many people in the shop where we could be owners. That's where me and him became, you know, on the same sheet of music where we had understanding that we can grow in this thing together. It's not about you know, when I take a step, you take a step as partners, as brothers, as family, and we get a chance to prove to the world how we can take the business further to show our whole culture and barbery that we have to do this by ourselves, even though we're all independent practice. So when it came to trichology, I felt like I have more customers who are losing than I have who have. I think it's like more than necessary for us to get more education when it came to the true science of understanding hair as we cut it every day to do all these different things to it. I think it's more that we can help people who have lost their hair to make a difference because every time I had a person sit in my chair, they was always complaining about the bald spot or the corners of the edge up being missed. And because we're both artists, we were both able to figure out different ways and techniques
Mm-hmm.
to help, you know, figure out how we can make it look
To enhance the
normal, you know, for what they wanted for their own eyes. It was always a magical moment, but truthfully, that was really outside of the artistic ability. There was no education behind what we were doing. We were just, you know, pretty much just being artists. So, like I said, 2 years ago, I looked into it and I told them, you know, I want to take this course. So we went. I went to start investigating. I think is the University of Trichology.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, I ended up getting steered away from it. You know, because of the time that we had in front of us, we was traveling a lot. But the the way things work is the answer is always in your face. So we ended up going to the convention and realizing that hey, when somebody here has the course,
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
and of course time went on, and you know, like you said in the beginning, the pandemic is always forced to sit back and pay attention to what's in front of us. You know, I believe everything that's around us are tools for us to use to go forward in life. And I think we could all be like each other. Class that we just took, there was a whole bunch of valuable lessons that came from each one of us, where we were able to push forward through this storm, through this pandemic, of what's been going on with the people. And even then, it shows, you know, adversity can be, you know, pushed through. You know, no matter what it is, no matter what we're all going through, you know, we could all survive, and you can still educate yourself through troubled times for everyone. You know, we in a situation nobody's making no money, but it wasn't a money issue. It was all about us, you know, putting our minds together to try to make something bigger than what it was, bigger than ourselves.
Okay.
So I find it being very important that we was all able to sit here today and talk about it and hash it out and let the people know that you know P2P is where it's at.
Yeah, take your courses, man. Educate yourself, take it to a higher learning because let's ask ourselves this question. The one big question we got to ask ourselves is, who are the people that are surviving right now that actually will have a job in every situation, every circumstance right now. Who are those people? I'm not going to wait for you to answer the question because you should already know. Doctors. Every doctor is working in every disaster, every situation. There's a catastrophic environment, catastrophic situations. Anything that's going on, they are the workers. So it's either you are the doctor or you are the master of your craft.
Okay. Okay.
Are the only
Yep.
people that constantly could provide the legitimate information factually to the person who needs what they need to survive.
The question that people have to ask themselves now is, how do I make myself essential?
That's right. That's right, Sean.
And you can't become essential without education. You have to continuously educate yourself on a daily basis, no matter what it is, whether it's family or business. All of those things that come with progressing in life leads to the success of whatever that you put your mind to.
Yeah.
Every day, my partner's been on Instagram or on Facebook Live trying to show people different ways to educate and to build, continuously build. It's all about building. Every day he's building. Every day he's showing you a different platform of something that we do to continuously build.
Right.
And those things are important for people to understand that he didn't just learn it overnight. He educated himself.
Well, you know what? You said a key part right there. I think a lot of times when people look, um, when they look at us, and a lot of people see where we are, they don't know what we've gone through to get where we are. Education has always been key. Um, if you go back and look over your life when you were in the elementary school, those were fun times. You dread going to school. Sometimes you look forward to the summer. And each level of education, from kindergarten to elementary school to high school to college and so on and so forth, each level has given you the power to move forward, move forward. And I often tell people, when you're trying to take these classes to become whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, don't look at the time or how much time it's going to take to get there. Just take the initial step and start. Kima and I, when we started the Institute together, and we laugh about it a lot because we can look back over the years and say, you remember that? Yeah, we remember. But we had a drive, like you guys have proven to me, even in the classroom. The online classes was pretty cool, wasn't they, y'all?
Oh, yeah, we love it.
Yes.
Yeah, it was nice.
We got a
Very,
lot of
very informative. Very informative.
and we're going to press on and on and on and on. But the thing of it is taking that initiative. You all said something during this pandemic. We could have sat back and never got started and been pitiful, sad or whatever, but we took it to another level. And that's where the power lies, in the fact that we're taking it to a whole nother level. So with that being said, dealing with the education, Kim, I hadn't heard from you. You want to say something on the education before I go to the next part?
I just want to say that, like you've said it all, education is the key, be it academic or trade. But you got to know your craft.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Well, the way I see it is one of the biggest problems is a lot of people are taking the wrong route at what they're pursuing when it comes to like a degree. And we never knew that we could get a master's or a doctorate in our profession.
That's true.
Barber.
You got so many people going out there taking the wrong courses to reach
Yeah.
a goal of being something that they don't even really understand nothing about. Like you don't have to do, well, I mean, I believe you need speech and everything that we do because at some point you're going to be a public speaker. But I've seen people taking courses to do wood shop that had nothing to do with being a lawyer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to
Yeah.
push on our path of being barbers. I mean, there's levels to everything that we're doing. And for them, I mean, it's been over 100 years. why isn't that people don't know more about the profession, as far as like going further, in the profession of
That's
cosmetology.
right. That's
It,
because you all got to look at it. This is another way of looking at it. This pandemic did more than we realized. It came at a time, and you know what? I appreciate it. I thank God for it. And I'm gonna tell you why. Now, not the fact that people lost their lives. That's not what I'm saying. But some knowledge was gained out of this. Okay? Because we look at it as cosmetologists when things are shut down and you cannot work. I always ask this question. In one-on-one, it's always asked. Are you self-employed, or are you the owner of your business? Okay? Or are you a business person? That's what I meant to say. Are you self-employed, or are you a business person? Most of the class would say, I'm self-employed, I'm self-employed. Well, self-employed, if your business stops, you stop. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
A business person sets themselves up where if they are not at work, the business is still going forth. It's still making money. You understand where I'm going with that? Grocery stores, those are business persons. People that, because the business still rolling, you know?
Yes,
So
sir.
my point is that you have to define who you are in your business. You have to establish that, because this was a great time for everybody in this industry or any industry to define or see where they are. If you're not pleased where you were when it stopped, then fix it so you won't have to go back in. You all are going in when everything opens like up. You all are not going in the same way you went out.
That's right.
Oh, no, that's true. I don't believe in being that shark that goes back into that small tank to swim.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If we had that shark that go back into that small tank that we swim in, then we are going to dominate the whole small tank. And if I'm not going to dominate to educate, and I'm going to dominate to show what I have accomplished, we could possibly get hurt,
Yeah.
and we could get hurt by the crabs in the barrel.
Wow. Wow.
So the key, what we have learned is to keep pressing forward, educate who want to be educated, and take education for the ones who want to give it to us.
That's right.
So
And
many times I wanted to walk away from cutting hair because I, I'm in love with art and everything about it. But my biggest deed is to always serve people. Like I have a joy that comes with me when I'm serving people. So when I realized that wasn't no more good to me, I knew that for some reason I always end up reading something or having something come in my email or something put before me that I saw on television that made me want to continuously like educate myself more on the craft. And when I knew that, I said, man, I used to talk to him about it. Like, man, I ain't really feeling this no more. I don't even enjoy doing haircuts. I knew that
wow.
it was time for me to reach outside of just doing a basic haircut to somebody because that feeling is no longer good to me.
Yeah, I
It
think
was no longer good to me. So I said, we got to go further in this thing to give more of our services because now the services of the haircut has became less than what people need.
Yeah. Yeah.
Energy.
Yeah.
right.
So that's how we ended up in the trichology field and just wanting to educate ourselves more and more and more and just feel blessed that you are the person that did it because you have a genuine passion for it. Kima has a passion for it. He has a passion for it. So
Yeah, Dr. Tarragano, all these people
everybody.
they all have a passion for education, and the greatest part about all of it is to just to be in that environment. You know, like people walk around this world blinded all the time, but never pay attention to signs.
Mm.
You know what I
Wow.
mean? Signs and visions are always in your way. It's a reason why we have those paths. It allows us to continuously just, grow, because sometimes the parables, the messages, everything comes differently sometimes. It don't directly come from what, it could be a wind that blow. You could just be so focused on something and there's a wind that came with a cold chill and it has to change your thought process for a change.
Yeah,
And it
yeah,
make you stop what you're doing to say, ooh, it was a little cold out there. And
yeah.
try to go back to the conversation, you can't remember. There's a reason why that happened that way. So not doubting those reasons, you have to be able to catch the signs why and when and how those
That's
things
it.
were put in place for you to pay attention to. The faster you tune into yourself to be able to understand that, then you'll be able to understand how the universe works, and you constantly will be able to progress.
That's true. And you
You
know
know,
what? It Listen, we got to look at our industry. When I hear people say, you know, the industry is going this way, it's going that way, it can only go the way you want it to go. Okay. And the thing that give me great hope is knowing that God has empowered me to be in the position that I'm in right now, to do what I'm doing, to help educate those that want to be educated. And not only that, to take them a little further with their certification and different things. There are a lot of things that the P2P Certification and Training Institute has embarked in that allows us to take even our certification a whole lot further. The thing that I love about this, and when we were all working together doing class, I thoroughly enjoyed you all. Your case studies was just phenomenal, and your study, and you showed me that you take it a whole nother level because you took the time to study, to get those case studies ready and to explain to me the information that was given to you in a way that it was a solution for that client. Okay.
yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. We are problem solvers,
That's
which
right.
which allows us to, and we're needed. I think the last day we had class, I got a call from Blue Cross Blue Shield, trying to get in touch with me to service a client. And so I'm saying that to say this: when you set yourself up right, you don't look for the clients, they look for you.
Well,
Mhm.
that's a true statement.
Okay.
A long time ago, Sean and myself, we started off business Barber Kings, our first shop in 2007 in Hope Mills, where we live at Fayetteville, North Carolina. And within that shop, we at that time we thought we were business owners, like we were really understanding business. We were guys who understand how to count money, cut hair, and maybe know how to entertain people and make them happy. But the other part of business law, we have never really understood it until we actually had to go to entrepreneur school, I would call it, learning, higher learning with some of the top educators and some of the top entrepreneurs in the world. That to really change our language in such a way that we have a better understanding on how to present ourselves, and number two, how to understand and understand how the industry works, and don't be in your feelings all the time personally,
Mm, okay.
because a lot of times we personally going to give our personal opinions, and our personal opinions was never asked asked for, you
That's good.
know
That's
One of the
good.
reasons why I always go by be the change that you want to be the change you want to see. So when it came to that, I'm always the type of person that see and feel things before they happen. I've developed that talent from being raised by my blind grandmother. But when those things was happening, I was going through so much. I was one foot in, one foot out, living in the
Wow.
street and still trying to cut hair, and just doing the most. So the personal side of things was bringing in that same energy in business,
and it's not needed
and
sometimes.
it's not needed. So before I could go and chastise somebody in business, I had to check myself. I was out in the
Wow.
streets, I was partying, drinking, and doing the most, and I almost lost my family and everything.
That's true.
And
He lost his family. It's like he lost me too, because it's not something that we signed up for.
yeah, and
You
that
understand?
wasn't what we signed up for. We had got off course,
Yeah.
but at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I had to come back to the table and say, what are we here for?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I love that. And you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what? The mere fact that you all brought that out. See,
Yep.
one thing I love about you guys, you all are so transparent, and
Very.
it makes it a whole, it just makes it easier, because you know what? And one reason why I do want to continue having discussions, because I know some young guys that's barbers. They need to hear your story. They need to hear you guys. See, sometimes when people don't know, you don't know what people are going through, okay? And we don't know where they're coming from when they're in these businesses. But when they see that there are people that have gone through some things that they've gone through, and they successfully made it where they are, it gives them hope. Because when you're transparent with people, when you're trying to talk to them and you're truthful to them, you can gain trust from them, which will pull them in, give them what they need, which leads me to talk about you guys, docudrama. Am I pronouncing that correct, guys?
Yeah, Ducky Jama, yes.
They
From Boy to Kings.
if you haven't seen it, you will see it, because I'm going to keep running it and I'm going to repost it. And those of you that are on my page or whatever, I posted it earlier. Please take time, slow down, and look at it. There's a great message in there. And I told them guys, that gave me enough to, I want to see the whole thing. You know, I want to see it all, because first of all, on Facebook, YouTube, any other social media, a lot of times we put out all the negative stuff, and stuff, something doesn't happen here, and this ain't happening, and this person, it's just, but what about the stories of success and hope? People sometimes bypass all of that. But you know what? Now is the time to draw strength from those things that are productive. I have made a commitment to myself that I'm only going to surround myself with people that want something,
Only quality people.
right?
Right.
And
And
I,
one thing, go ahead.
oh, go ahead, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Kima.
And one thing I like or love about being a hairstylist
Hmm.
is educating my clients.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Educating my clients. It helps them to like boost their self-confidence, you know.
yeah,
I'm helping them enhance their just their natural God-given beauty,
yes,
and they feel good about themselves. You can also educate them on how to take care of their hair at home, what they need to do, you know. So all of that is just part of education. And if we hadn't gone to school, we wouldn't know how to educate our clients,
that's
you know,
right.
to what they need to do at home.
Everything in this world is designed for a certain way. It's
Yeah.
created. Uh,
Yeah.
you were chosen. You were
Yeah.
chosen to be there for that reason.
Hmm.
Never second guess yourself. I believe that no one should ever do that, because, like, we came from a long walk. You came from Africa. We came from Trinidad, Barbados, different parts of the country, or the world. That whole different hemisphere, whole different
Yeah.
attitude, whole different personality, culture, everything. It's a different culture shock. So to be in a position where you are making moves and you are being able to change people's lives, we got to ask ourselves as leaders, are we leaders or are we not?
Mm,
Right? That's the question that we ask ourselves. So you don't keep doubting yourself. You should know that you are a leader when you are making these powerful moves. So the biggest thing now that I had fought a battle with myself for a long time. I had to sit in solitude. I sit in a psych ward for almost 3 weeks at a time in the psych ward. And that was half of it was my military stability, and also the fact that uh, I was so driven from an early age that I never took the time out to really understand who I was. I was
mm,
abused, by family members, and it going on. But I could speak about this because if I don't let the world know my truth for who I am, how would they trust me?
Wow.
You understand?
That's another thing
You
too. On
know?
my a lot of times when I'm quiet, as I've told y'all before, I appear mysterious. My story lies within me. It gave me strength. Being in solitude. I mean, who would have ever known that I played basketball overseas for 5 years, and and ended my career, selling drugs. Who would have known that? But I decided to put that out for the benefit of what my culture may need as a professional barber. Because I know that everybody comes into barbering as a hustler or somebody that just want to get money all the time. And they don't
Yeah.
understand the principle behind getting money. It's something that we keep feeding ourselves for when nobody really knows what they're gonna do with the money when they get it. They just know they're gonna have it and they're gonna spend it to use it for whatever they need it for that time.
I'm more than a barber.
So
Yeah, yeah,
when it came to
yeah,
using that
yep.
platform for us to for me to put out the idea first, because I always come up with an idea and run it past him so he can throw something back at me to help me go back and forth with the idea. I said, yo, I want people to see this. So I didn't give him much. It was just something just to draw conversation to and say, let me ask him about it.
Yeah.
Because it was therapy to help me. Even
Yeah.
though I went to rehab for drugs, I went through counseling, and the truth is, I never even told him that I was going to do it.
Yeah, he showed up. He showed up. He had showed up with a
I just
certification
decided
for
to do it for
as
myself.
a life coach. I like, man, a life coach. Whoa! But you know what's funny? What's funny about it, Dr. Kima and Dr. Suzette, is that he is my life coach. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I do so many different things. I got so many different. We all have our different skill set, but I could display them so quickly in so many different ways. And time is distracting sometimes for me myself, because like a hamster running on a circle and not going anywhere.
Wow.
So what he have taught me over the years is to focus on one thing at a time, being able to write it down, getting a task done to go before you go to the task. So I learned time management. Time management is one of the biggest things people are scared of, and they
Yeah.
don't do them a lot, within their household. Even instead of just waking up in the morning, I wake up 8 o'clock. I want to have my coffee, my breakfast. I give myself an hour for myself before I open my laptop, my computer, any of that thing. He calls me about 9, 10 o'clock. He's at the gym, working at the gym. And I know he's going to be at the gym. We're going to be somewhere by 11, 12 o'clock. We're going to give it to the rest of the world. At 6, 7 o'clock, I'm going to give it back to me, my daughter, maybe call, check on her, see how she's doing, see how family doing, and I do the cycle all over again. The cycle can change as it goes, as God gave us another day, but at the same time, it's planned, and never get away from the plan.
The way it works is
And see, that's the thing that that is being learned. And I say being learned because all of us are so busy throughout the day. Now during this time, I've learned how to relax a little bit more. Something
Same here.
I really had, and you guys know, I had to take one day from class, didn't I? I told myself, oh, I got to lay down. But my point that I'm making is that it's very important. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm learning how to give me, me, okay? Because you can get caught up in so much stuff throughout the day, you'll lose sight. But here's another thing. Getting a plan on what you're going to do. A lot of people ask me about different opening clinics, hair replacement centers, or whatever. And I always say this: if you're going to run it like a professional clinic, you need to start from the front to the back. You cannot put the salon and the clinic together.
No, it's not going to work.
They don't go together.
yeah.
So
No.
if you're going to do like what you all are certified for, and I think a lot of people need, when you get this certification, it's up to you what you do with it. But the thing that I love when I ask, well, what's your plan? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? How are you going to get it going? And it gives you something to think about, to say, I'm going to do my business more on the clinical side, which is what I've chosen to do. Even though I still do some of my clients, but I like doing more of the clinical part because that's where my passion is. And so you set it up just like that from beginning to end.
Right.
So when people come in, and people still call me, I'm looking somewhere. You looking for a shampoo take? You looking? No, I'm not looking for any of that, because you've got to have a distinction between your salon and your center or your clinic. So there got to be a distinction. So when I'm going into the hospital, when I do go down to the hospital, it's a different setting. I go in as Dr. Suzette Robinson, the trichologist. Okay, so they ask me questions pertaining to scalp disorders, wig measurements, different fibers in the wig, just stuff like it's in line with where we are.
Mhm.
And so when I'm talking to people that's trying to do both in one place, I tell them it's not going to work, because people are not going to respect your place.
Yeah, for the
It's your
services we're trying to provide. Yeah.
right. So it's either salon or your center. It's either the clinic or, so you have to, and then that's something you have to do. That's why it's important. During the time we was going through the classes, I love the way you all presented yourselves. You came correct. And the class is called, the institute is called P2P, which stands for professional to professional. So I come to you as a professional and you respond to me as a professional.
Yeah.
And so, anything you start out doing, grooming yourself from the beginning, is how you're going to end up. So however you start out, that's how, if you start out wrong, it's going to be wrong all the way through.
Well,
And
that's pretty much what the movie was about. That,
yes, it was.
Hugh, who was the elder in the barbershop, we always bring in somebody in our business who needs that person to look over them, that education on the business and the history and understanding their profession personally. You have to know that.
Yeah.
You just can't come in there and cut hair. And a lot of people have been coming in and out of school with just maybe the physical part of it, but not hair.
Right.
Because everybody got their mind on money. Everybody is satisfied with the fact that they know how to do a fade, or they know how to put in a perm and all this, but
Yeah.
you understand the scientific methods of hair?
Yeah.
Do you know that? Do you know what it takes to understand that? If you don't have that, then you ain't got it all. You doing more damage to the hair than you're helping.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, thanks to you teaching us in the class, Dr. Suzette, that I never knew that a hair strand grows for 100 days and then it falls out.
But that information ain't for the people. Let them take the course.
Right. Yeah. I just had to put that. I just had to. Yeah.
Let them pay their money and take the course.
Yeah. Pay for the course, but that right there showed me, how like far you could really take this stuff. One time, me and Sean had got to Atlanta. We went to a hair show in Atlanta, and we were burnt out, man. We were burnt out of cutting hair. We opened 3 shops, shut 2 down, had 1 going. We got at a point in our life where it was just that bridge. Like, am I going to be competing with my child? Or am I going to be competing with someone under me? Why are we in a competition as barbers and stylists and not being servants, right? So that right there became confusing. Within those questions, we got the answers came right in front of face. Remember I said in the beginning of this conversation was being able to understand the signs and what is painted in front of you, like a canvas, like a drawing, like an art, like something that's there. And there was a man in a lab jacket. And we asked him, we say, is it a doctor's office in here? He said, no, I'm a doctor in the profession. I say, what? How do you do that? And within that information, he gave us the information to go MBCL. They had some elder ladies that was sitting in the Barber show. They always there every year, and people overlook them. And when we found out what the institution was about, me and Sean and myself came home and did our research to understand the history of the institution, which is now 101 years old. and
Yes.
it's right in DC, and it has a museum. So what with that said was, it put us in a position now to really be really grounded and rooted into the profession. And with the professionalism and the education we understood in entrepreneurship, it changed the way our thought process worked,
That's it.
because we had to put in position first that work on yourself and understand your purpose in life for what you have to give back to the
First
world.
things first.
Yeah, understand that, and we always we talk about this all the time. You don't have to read the whole Bible if you don't have to, but read the book of Genesis. The book of
Mhm.
Genesis will tell you, from when it starts from the beginning, and it tells you from the beginning to the end, and the life is a cycle, and the life is going to be a cycle. From the second chapter to the 22nd chapter, they talk about disasters. After the 22nd chapter, they talked about the blessings that came after it.
Yeah,
So when the world goes, it goes around, you go around in a cycle, but you should never be scared for any storm that you face.
that's
It's
Nope.
not
true.
a storm. It's a reason for you to have a storm,
In the
for
valley of
you to be,
shadows.
yes, and there was a shadow of death, you shall fear no evil.
That's it.
Fear no one for whenever you work. I haven't read a Bible since I was maybe 15, but I still remember everything that I know that's most important, that Bible I need to know to carry on my life. That's it, and it's within me. It's within me. He is the person that making me. I could only serve him first. I don't report. You don't report to no one else but him. He gave us the powers, the strength, the knowledge, and the understanding to be able to go educate people and tell them how it is about here, because our people need to have the motivation in their lives to continue doing what they do to impact the world. And if a person got a bald spot or hair that's alopecia, they have trichonomia or whatever alopecia that's going on in there for themselves, they don't need to cover it up. You need to understand why and how that is, and how you can possibly embrace your differences, and your differences could be still fixed. And if you have a better understanding, your health will be a whole lot better, so you could impact the world and give them
That's
what
it.
you're really good at doing.
That's it. And you know
But
what?
don't make something dumbfound you to the point where you are shying yourself away from the world, because the world need what you have. It's like a tree burning. It's like a tree in the forest that died. When it died, you look at it, you justify it before it died and say that tree is dead. I need to cut it. You don't need to cut that tree, and next week it bear fruit. That same tree was fighting for its life, but you cut it
That
out.
tree is what give you life.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
tree that gave us life.
The,
You don't cut the
the
tree
one,
out. Let the tree fall.
That's the holistic
Yeah,
way of
let
living.
yeah, let the tree fall. Let the tree fall, and then remove it from the grave. Remove it to the burial. Take it away from there. Burn it. Cremate it. Don't cut it. Don't give up. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
don't
pretty
get.
much trying to say.
Now you
Don't
know
give up
what?
on it.
That sums that up. You don't give up. You don't give up. And stop trying to take the shortcut.
Always
Get
doing that. Yeah.
Stop trying to take. Listen, education. One thing I realized when you guys took the class. Now, when I first started doing these classes, the whole I want to say the whole curriculum and everything has totally changed. And as you guys seen, it's a whole different level. It's so different from what you see when I'm at the national, because it's so much information. And when I say so much information, it's so much information that we will never get it all in one setting. We continually learn all the time, because things are always changing. You got all these scalp disorders, people, just things are changing. Things are changing. And with we also, I want to say this while I have you all on there. We have a P2P elite group that's on Facebook. It's a private group. It's for the elite, those that are part of the P2P Certification and Training Institute that are still active, that are still active, okay? And it allows us to have access to a lot of legal stuff, legal things that we need to get done for our businesses. We've opened up all that for the elite group. So I'm very proud of that. I'm proud to have these elite members that you all see that's talking to you all today, because we have a lot of information to give that will help. People are trying to figure out how to get their businesses rolling, how to get those legal documents done. It's right there at our disposal. Okay.
Right.
And anybody that know me, I'm pretty transparent, but I've learned over the years you can't give everybody everything. They have to have to want it. And I'm gonna tell you something. When people come to me, or as they will come to you all and ask for information, you can discern whether they're sincere about it, because it will allow you to open up to give it to them or not. Okay, experience has been one of my best teachers. I think I have learned quite a bit over the years, and I'm very grateful. But I can say this about you too, especially you, Dr. Diggs. You all are some genuine, loving people. I could not have anyone any better to help educate and to be. I learned from you all too. So it's been a wonderful experience. I love the fact that we uplift each other. We don't have the crowd mentality. We're not trying to pull each other down, but we're trying to help build each other up. And you're going to hear a lot about these two. They got some big things in the works. I can't tell you what it is, but they got a lot of big things happening. Dr. Diggs is getting ready to do something extremely big in her area as well. And so we're very excited for each other, because education has allowed us to be at this place in our lives. If you're on this, if you're looking at this and you're wanting to further your education, education is offered, but we only do it for the licensed cosmetologists or barbers, or you can get into this. The reason why we don't do, if you don't have license, you have, because these classes of higher education. So you have to be licensed and in good standing in your state to take these classes. And that's why it's called professional to professional. And I'm very excited. But this is what I want to say. After we finish this, the video will be on. Please look at it. Send your comments, your likes, check them out on YouTube. Check out, check out, because they got a lot of things on YouTube, guys. I got a chance to see a lot of your stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. So if
I
someone want to reach you for those classes or that stuff, how they contact you?
This is how you contact me for classes. You can go on my website, which is Wigs by Suzette. I almost forgot, wigsbysuzette.com. You go on wigsbysuzette.com.
Oh, you
And on
spell that?
there, that's WIGSBYSUZETTE.com. Okay. Also, you can go on and send me an email if you like to P2P information 7@gmail.com. That's P2P, the number 2P, information, the number 7@gmail.com. And you can send me an email, I will respond. Or you can, if you're friends with any of the people that's on this platform, you can send them the information. They will show you how to get in touch with me. I have a telephone number where I can be reached as well. It is area code 205-503-9916. Classes are steadily going on because they're online. We have classes from classes 101, which is the hair loss specialist, 201, hair loss practitioner, 301 is the associates of trichology, and 401 is the full certification of a trichologist. And so we have opened up for all of that, and soon to be coming in different states. So the people that you see on this panel will be educating you in those classes in their states, okay? So we're working on a lot of things because we realize people want to be educated, and we want to be available for them. Okay.
Mhm.
So I think I covered everything. Did I, guys?
This
Did I
platform,
cover?
yeah, I want to tell everybody like the platform is not for people who are hustling. The only way you can even reach this message is because you're a professional.
That's right. That
Professional,
That's correct.
Yeah.
professional. That's the only way. That's the only way we can have conversation.
That's right.
yeah, yeah, strictly.
And
Not a get rich
So,
scheme.
if you
So
don't have your license, don't bother. You can tell somebody, but don't bother. You want to be real genuine and sweet and say, look, it's for professionals only because we have a duty. We have became vessels to the profession to do what's right by the profession.
that's
That's
right.
So
And
make sure if you hit this line or if you hit Dr. Suzette for anything, take her serious because the classes are very important. The information that she's giving is on a high level,
very intense.
very intense, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna have fun. So make sure let's do what's right.
Yep. If I survived it and Sean survived it, you could survive. So it's not that hard. We took the hit already. So
y'all
we
took the hit.
survived, and we took the hit in the pandemic. So
They
so it's,
did. They
yeah,
really.
it's not that bad for you to take the test. But further your studies, come out of this pandemic with something on your shoulders that you could say, it was worth my time staying home at the house. You
And my
know.
daughter even make sure that I got a good grade. I had to call Doc to make
He did. He called. His daughter wanted to know what kind of grade did my daddy make.
my daughter. She wanted to
Yeah, because he been watching her grade.
It
But
was so funny.
I appreciate you having on your show here. Let's talk about it.
Oh yeah,
We also
this not going to be the only time because they have an area of expertise. I think that we need to address the barbers. We need to talk more to them about cleanliness and things that they may find in their business that you all need to talk to them about. Same with you, Dr. Diggs, about the natural hair. So you all, this is not the last time you will see them because they will be back on talking to you guys about how you can, build your business.
Oh, you can make
Tell them.
over $1 million in your barbershop a year.
Did you say that again? Say that again. What did you
Oh, you
say?
can make over $1 million in your barbershop
we actually have an
in a year.
evaluation for 10 million, but I ain't gonna tell them about that. But at the same
That's true.
Hey,
time,
listen, here's something. So how do you know about the millions? Have you made it? Is that
Well,
something you know about?
I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna talk and say that we had $1 million, but I know we got a whole building,
Hey, and I mean they
got a whole
do.
shopping center.
They do. They really do.
they have the formula,
Yeah.
the secret
Hey,
formula.
The
willing to
listen,
share, willing to share it with the world.
that's right. But listen, you can get all the knowledge that you need. Sign up for the P2P. You can find out how to build your business. These guys are really on it and they're very great educators. Okay. So, we're building a legacy here, so that we don't have to, during the pandemic, I didn't worry about how I was going to eat or if I could pay my bills. God provided everything for me. My business never stopped. So I'm not self-employed. I am a business person. The
That's right.
difference of it is a self-employed person is one when your business stops,
So you still can provide impact for others.
business person, when your business stops, when you stop, your business keep rolling and you never have to worry about it. So invest in yourself. Find out how much you're worth. And if you're worth it, you'll do it. And I'll know if you're serious. And they're right. If you call me and I know you're just talking, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time with that.
Oh, you
But
say
if
it
you
again, Sean. Say that again to them, to the world.
yes,
so that's the advice I can give to barbers, cosmetologists, and anybody trying to go forward in their craft. Get out your own way.
wow, you're
Mhm.
right.
Own way.
Get out your own way. I like that.
And
Well,
and my advice to those that are just on the hustle, be it be it barber, be it um as they call it, what, kitchen sink, beautician or whatever, kitchen sink.
Beautician.
Kitchen beauty.
Kitchen sink beautician.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 They
kitchen,
need
kitchen stylist.
they need to quit and go and advance themselves.
Well,
It's very important.
Well, they get a
I don't
chance
think
to
I don't
see
think
it.
you get it. I don't want to tell them quit what they're doing because I don't want to have that authority. But I believe that they know if they want to further their studies and they want to
They know.
really impact
Yeah.
more people, it's not going to be in your kitchen where
Yeah.
you cook food and you feed your family. You're going to have to find a place and you got to find license. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to come become a business person. So, step your game up. Just level up. Like Sean said, get out your feelings.
At the end of the day, like you can see now that the government is in a place to take you away from what you do and what you love. If you
Uh-huh.
don't really put yourself in a situation to be essential, this thing can happen again.
Oh yeah.
It will happen again,
It
Sean.
will. It will.
Because
So I'm pushing to be an essential person at all times. I want people
That's
to-
right. That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right.
the worst situation a person could really be in, and they got to remember this here. You never want to be in a situation where someone controls your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Essential, like Sean says, is the only thing that stands. I want to be essential all the time.
That time.
So
That makes
by
sense.
all means necessary, for whatever education is out there for us to receive, we open the doors to receive it because if it's our way to get it, we're going to take it.
That's
Not
it.
Yeah. Yep.
Period.
And to bring this conversation full circle, Dr. Suzette has been very essential in our life because we needed what she had. So
That's right.
if you're looking to move forward, make sure y'all give her a call, hit her up.
Yeah.
She gave you the information. Don't take it for a joke because it's real. All the certifications are real.
It's
She's not accepting nobody
real.
without a license. So any rumors that you may have heard about no licenses and all of that, it's not real. It's not true. We've been,
we vetted it too.
we've been vetted like we was the FBI.
Yes, sir.
She don't play no games.
She don't play no
Make
games,
sure
but we don't play
y'all
no
see
games.
this, just know she's not taking it for a joke because her life is on the line.
Don't go take your brother license, your sister license, and put your name on it. No, it's not gonna work. I'm sorry.
Yeah, none of this.
I know.
I don't put your sister license out.
Right. That's because that's what's going on. That's why the industry is messing up so bad.
But you know what?
The industry is messing
But
up.
that's hustle.
The industry always been there. We are universal. We are a universal hospital.
Yeah.
Around the world, the barbers and beauticians are universal hospital. People come to us. They are our patients.
Yeah.
Every time you see a barber pole, it's everywhere. It's never a different color. It's the same colors.
I'm glad.
Blue.
Well,
white,
yeah,
and
you
red.
know, Hugh, it's not messing up, but there are people that have gotten into the industry that are doing it all wrong, and
That's true.
they need to go and educate themselves like we have.
That's true.
Yeah, and stop doing things on a hustle.
That's true.
But you know, the only way that's gonna really and honestly just cease.
She said after maybe 8-9 years of school, she just had to sit out there like, you need to go to school now.
Yeah.
Dude,
But
you need to go to school. It's just that straightforward. You
well,
can't.
listen, think about it. If your physician didn't go to school and you need his help, a lot of people would go in his office, they'd be so offended. They wouldn't go to him. They would have no respect for him. But we're the same people. We have to be licensed by our state. Okay? So I take what we have really seriously. And so
Yes.
the only way that it's going to get back to the place where it needs to be, we got to stop accepting any and everything. That's why I said, if you want to take these classes and you don't have licenses, I'm not going to entertain that at all. Because
Bottom line, I love it.
it's professional to professional. So many people have been looking at our private page. I'm going to send out some information for those that have taken the class. If you're not in good standing with P2P or you're not active, you cannot be a part of this elite group. And the reason why is because the group has everything in it. It has already been put together. Everything in it. Anything you need legally for your business, it's right there. Okay, we're covered under the medical board. So I cannot let anybody just come in
Say
and
that
just,
again. You said that last part.
we're covered under the medical board.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're covered under the holistic medical board. And that's why we have access to all of the wonderful things that we need to get our business going in the direction in which it needs to go. We don't have to go out and search outside of ourselves. It's already right there. Okay, so God has provided for us, and he showed me how to set it up, and it's set up. And it's going to remain that way because it's professional to professional.
And it brings it all full circle. Like, I know a lot of times you talk about the movie, but in the movie, I ran to the barbershop because I saw the pole, which represents health. So when
Yeah,
people seeing more of what that barber pole means, it's more to understand that we are physicians in that field. I was running there for help because that's what I knew.
that's it.
That's what I
That's
knew.
it.
I can go
That's
there for help because the cornerstone of the community is that pole.
Community, baby.
I ran there before I ran to the hospital.
yeah, that's
Community.
good.
You
Community.
know what I mean? So to bring it back full circle, like I, I I appreciate you taking us in your course. It has took my level of understanding in this profession a whole new level, and it gave me a whole lot more appreciation for what I'm doing, because now I feel like I have the tools to help the people that need to be helped.
That's right.
I was able now to scale and manage my time. And as a professional to professional, I was able now to really understand now a little bit more about here. You add an accent value to my life. So, and what I do for my profession.
I
So,
tell you what's bad though. Forgive me, but I've been walking around the stores hoping I run into people with bald spots.
You
yeah, but
do that.
you
You,
know when,
you
yeah, but it's so
I
funny.
just want to fix it.
It's
I
so
got
funny,
you.
it's it's so funny, man. But this guy is funny. But it's in the real talk is,
yeah,
you know, it's a generation in the barbershop that we already knew that exists. What make a barbershop fuels is the kids,
yeah,
right? But the kids got to grow up at some point in time. You get older as an individual, and you're going to ask yourself, am I going to be 80 or 90 years old still cutting a child's hair? That's okay. But at the
Right.
same time, do I still want to learn to provide impact till the person leave the face of the earth? I want to be that guy.
Man,
You
yeah,
want to be that
yeah.
guy?
I tell you what,
I want to be that guy.
maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, we did an interview with a barber here. He took his last haircut at maybe 101.
Oh, yeah.
Really opened my eyes to dedicate myself more into the profession and educate myself more. Was after 100 years, he really had no education behind the barber profession. Cut hair. He couldn't really tell me nothing about the history of barbering other than his history.
Mm,
That woke me up because I feel like people need to be educated on our profession so they can appreciate us a lot more.
that's right. That's right. I
Yes.
totally agree.
My man
Here,
being 101 years old, and we took it. It was to us, it was a blessing to meet somebody that was still cutting hair at 100.
Yeah,
wow, you're right.
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was a healthy person. He never ate red meat and other extra stuff. It was a real
We
thorough
got all
interview.
that information about how to stay healthy to get 100, but when it came to the profession, there wasn't no information. And I wanted to be one of the soldiers and make
Right.
my partner one of the soldiers to say, well, you didn't carry out that flag, but we will be the ones to carry it out
So
from here on to make sure that people need to educate themselves. I want to be classified as one of the top doctors in the world to say that I served my purpose and lived out what the Most High asks of me
that's
and my partner to do. And I want to be amongst people who have served and put their life on the line to serve other people, to make people feel good about what they got going on in life too. This is what it's all about for me. It's not, the money has never been one of the things that is, because at this point, we make a little money, but it ain't the main thing that makes me feel good.
It's the impact you give a
The
person in their
impact that we
life.
give is what makes people feel good, and that's what drives me the most.
The
I
impact.
just care about the people. I care about kids. There's a whole bunch of things that we do to make sure that we just want to see people feel good, and hopefully that energy circulate back to us.
Well, you know what? This is a magnificent start that's going to grow and impact a whole world. Somebody got to start somewhere. Um, you know, and it's going to start with us. If we're going to stand for what's right, if we're going to stand for being the professional that people have to look at, bringing standards back to our industry, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm not concerned.
I'm gonna say one thing, and and that might be the last for the night on me, but I'm gonna leave the
Okay.
people. I'm gonna leave the
Uh,
people with this right here. We spend most of our lives trying to receive, but never spend the time to give to others.
hmm.
I just use an example. The churches, the pastors, they preach to an audience and a congregation. They give 90% of their time to the congregation for the congregation to be able to receive the blessing or the word of wisdom or the knowledge, the sermon, the parable that they needed to move their life for the week. He asked for only 10% offering back for the church. That's the 10% in your life that you only value. You only value 10% in your life to receive. 90% of your time have to be given back to the universe. So ask yourself the question, am I being greedy by receiving more than 10%, or do I need to give the world the 90 that it deserves?
Hmm.
That's it.
Well, you know what? That's food for thought. But you know what? In this time, in this day and time, we will see a difference in our industry. Our industry is not going to be the same. It's got to change. Change is coming, whether we want it to or not. You've got to change with it. You
It's
know,
going back to where we had it before. We're
yeah,
going to be wearing masks and gloves like we once
like
were.
we're supposed. Listen, like
Like
we're
we were
supposed
surgeons
to.
and doctors. We
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
This is our world. I'm happy for that. I'm not even self in a position to feel any type of way. I'm about to enjoy my profession the right way, and I will have the title in a couple more months to carry
That's
with it and
right.
go for it. So I
That's
am
right.
very proud to know that there's an improvement for sanitation and keeping up the standards for a universal hospital.
That's it. So you know what? I'm sure we're gonna revisit this again because we're not through, because I want them to see you guys um, with your new coats on and stuff. Everything is pulling full. So look at them. Ah, you get your new, and y'all get the new P2P on y'all coat. I have the older one, but I'm gonna get a new one too. So I just want to let y'all know it has been a pleasure. We're going to do this again. We'll announce when we're coming back on, because I'm sure I want to have some barbers on here next time with some questions so you guys can talk to them. I'm going to upload this. This will be for everybody to see over and over and over and over again. Please share, like, send to everybody that you know, any groups that you're in, so other professionals can see this wonderful information that has gone forth on this Let's Talk About It. It has been my pleasure, Dr. Diggs. It's always a pleasure to have you. You're a pleasure to have. I love you. I love having you in my corner because you got my back. I love you. And guys, y'all know where
Yeah.
y'all stand with me.
All right. Good night. All right.
I'm going to say good
Good
night
night,
to everybody.
world. Good night,
Good
Good,
night.
world. I'll see you.
Night. God love you all.
God bless.
Bless.
All right.